Do you also get annoyed when your opponent goes for the Sicilian Defense c5? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you 5 chess traps against the Sicilian Defense, and even if they play the best move, you don't have to worry, it's gonna be equal or you will have a slight advantage. So here, after you go knight f3, he goes d6, you will go for d4. He takes, then you recapture, and after knight f6, here you play knight to c3, and here g6 is a natural response to play bishop g7. Then you just play bishop e3, and here bishop g7 is a natural response. But here knight to g4 is also played thousands of times to get rid of this bishop, and then he wants to play bishop g7. But then you have bishop to b5 check. Now here, if he plays knight to c6, then you can simply capture the knight, and after he takes, you have bishop takes c6, winning the exchange and you're winning. But can't he just play bishop d7, blocking this check? Well then, you can simply capture this knight and he can't recapture because it is pinned to the king and you're upper piece and winning. Let's move on to the next trap. After e4 c5, knight f3, knight c6, you go d4. He takes, you recapture, knight f6, then knight c3, and after g6, here you play knight takes c6, and after he takes, you have e5, attacking the knight. The best move is to play knight h5, but then you can play g4, and then push his knight here, and you'll be better. And going back is also bad, so knight d5 is played quite often here, but then you can take this knight, and after he takes, you can recapture, attacking the rook. So you gotta defend the rook with rook to b8, and then you play this amazing move, e6. But what's the idea behind this move? Well, if you simply capture this pawn, then queen to e5 wins one of the rooks, and he can't do anything. So what about bishop b7, attacking this queen? Well, then you have e takes f7, pawn checkmate. Similarly, if you go something like say bishop g7, then you are going to take this pawn with check, king f8, and then bishop h6, giving away the bishop. You gotta take, and then queen e5 again, wins one of the rooks, and you are winning here. Let's move on to the next trap. After e4 c5, you play knight f3, d6, then you play c3, the Elephant variation. Knight f6 is played quite often here, but then you play bishop e2. This is a tricky move. But why? Can't you just capture this pawn? Well, then you have queen to a4 check, winning the knight. So obviously, he will develop the knight. Well, then you play d4, and here after takes, can't you just simply capture this pawn? Well, then you play d5, attacking the knight. And once the knight move here, you play queen to a4 check, winning the knight again. But there's one more response black have here, which is queen a5 check. Now what you will do? Here you can simply play knight c3, and after he takes, you can take with the pawn. And after he saves this knight like this, you can simply castle and continue the game. Capturing this pawn is bad because bishop b5 check. Now he got a block, and then you can take the bishop, and it is over for his king. Since he got a block like this, and then you can take and you're winning. Let's move on to the next trap. After e4 c5 d4, he takes, he plays c3, the Smith-Morra gambit. He takes, you recapture, knight c6, then knight f3, and after d6, here you just develop the bishop, knight f6, then here you play e5, attacking this pawn and the knight. Capturing with the knight is bad because then you can recapture, and now you gotta take, then bishop takes f7 check, wins the queen. But what about capturing directly? You will take this queen, and after he takes like this, you can go for knight b5. Either his king side will collapse or the queen side will collapse. For example, rook b8, then you can take this pawn. And let's say he plays a6 attacking the knight. Then knight to c7 is a checkmate. Let's move on to the next trap. After e4 c5, knight f3 d6, you go d4. He goes c takes d4, then you recapture, and after knight f6, knight c3, knight c6, you just play bishop c4. He goes g6 to fiend shadow the bishop, but then you can take, and after he takes, e5 again. Now here knight to g4 is the best move. Well, then you continue the game with bishop f4. But can't you just simply capture this pawn? Well, then previously, as you saw, we have bishop takes f7 check. deflecting the king away from the defense of the queen, and then you can take the queen, and now you're completely winning. Well, if you enjoyed these chess traps, then don't forget to give this video a like, and here are some more amazing chess traps like these. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more of these videos.